He's Korean. Does he look fucking Korean to you? Josh Kim. He's a fucking Korean.
What did he say we ended up with 25%, 1/3 or 2/3?
50, no,
66%.
66.
2/3.
Two toids. No. I told him, I said, if you can walk away with over 50%, you should think all your birthdays came at once. But I mean, but he wants 51%. He's going to go for 66.
The KKR guy said, don't you give him half?
Oh yeah, KKR guys said, fuck that. Don't give him. I mean, KKR guys are mean with the equity.
What did he say he gave away? It wasn't.
He gave 10% to the chairman, 5% to the CFO, 5% to the CEO, and 2% to the other guys. He says, no, we're going to change that deal. Typical private equity.
It shows the KKR guy's enthusiasm.
Yeah. We give him 0.5%.
That's why it's called private equity.
Yeah, exactly. And the and so he asked me, well, I said, let the CEO take the brunt of reducing them from 2 to 1/2, and it might be more different. But if I told him, give him a script what to say, he has balls. He said, fine, you are now 0.5%. Yeah, but I said, let the CEO and CFO earn their money. Let them take the brunt of the heat when you tell these other fucking, because he's now got 7, 8, 9 industry experts. And the guys want to get on board because he picked a hot deal. He's a smart little fuck. And
the reason for the two chairmen dropping out, is it to do with?
No, it's not the deal. No, it's because the chairman both got afraid because they saw how old he was before, And I told him, that this is after the first chairman left. I said, I'll stand in an interim chairman if you want me to. He said, no, I got another guy. Now, the other guy dropped out. And I just said, you can plug me in if you need me. So, because I don't want that to falter the deal. And so I'll stand in for a few months or whatever it is until he gets another guy. But he's planning on doing all this between January and fucking February. Part-time. You'll be still Google fucking it, an industry come October. Because there's no, just act like you have no limits to your abilities, you little shit. And he's, fine. Okay. He doesn't know what he's doing is impossible. He doesn't understand that. The young kids don't. And his father said, who I believe has checked me out, and he says, Peña understands, he understands his dad understands the leadership part of the model. He understands that part. His dad went to West Point, and he works in the Pentagon, and I forget what the fuck his dad does. But I mean, guys, when the kids do it, and then some of you will say, oh, he got a special industry. He lucked out and got us, and I can't do it because I didn't find that industry. It doesn't matter what the fucking industry is. I've always wanted to roll up brothels in Holland. And it's not that fucking,
They do have roll-ups at brothels.
To do what he's trying to do, he needs to be able to acquire critical mass of businesses in that sector. Simple question: how is he going to do that? I mean, he's got to force a few sales along the way to get that critical mass.
Well, the easiest way to do it, and the KKR guy is correct, is to go in and do it with private equity. See, the KKR guy knows that private equity is going to like this. I mean, he knows that maybe KKR.
He's going to have to pay over the odds in certain cases.
Yeah, well, of course he will, but I mean, he's 18 years old. He doesn't give a shit.
So you can't really, unless you kill yourself in any way. It's like when you're 18, nothing can happen.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, and he says fine, and he'll ask me, and I'll tell him, and let the KKR CEO fight with KKR to see how much equity we keep.
When you're that young, you have the benefit you could do. You could do like a $20 million fuck up, and like you said, he's the founder, and then the moment he does the fuck up $20 million profit, he's like, I'm just an 18-year-old. Like, who would believe that he actually pulled this off?
Yeah.
Nobody would actually
51%
be able
of
to
something
blame
is
him.
better than 100% of nothing.
Yeah, and guys, I mean, you manufacture all the obstacles. It's just, I keep telling you, and and he's been wanting to come to the fucking seminar since he was 16 or something, but I said no. And then I thought he would be out of high school by the time I said, and then he never went to school. He didn't go to school. He's homeschooled. Which is fine, I don't give a shit.
Do you think that I went to see private equity guys for my business, and for me, my conclusion after seeing like 7 or 8 guys was that the equity percentage they were taking was absolutely massive.
Let me just guess. I'm guessing 40 to 80.
Yeah, more. Yeah, but closer to the 80 in my case. How do you think he thinks he can get to 51? I mean, I would love he gets it, but like based on my
Well, I mean, because of the one, he's got an ex-KKR guy as CEO. And in your case, you got you. Okay. Without knowing your negotiating skills, I'll pick the KKR guy. Simply said. But even if he, if he gives up 80, he won't have to give up 80. He gives up 80, I mean, and they do, $1 billion worth of roll-ups. I mean, he's gonna be a rich little fuck. And then, he'll be on well on his way. And then once he does it once, nobody cares if he's 3.
It's actually an advantage.
Yeah. Once he does it once, they don't care how old he is. And but now the smart guys, because I've had other young guys, is he going to get caught up on drugs? Is he going to do this? Is he going to that? A couple of the guys up there that made big money young got into drugs, and they got fucked up. But when you have money coming in, just pouring in like it's raining, I mean, the only analogy I can give is, like sports athletes that sign $300 million contracts or whatever, and then they go fucking berserk. Well, I've had a couple of those that did the same thing.
So Dan, if he say he gave up 80%, the 5% for the CEO, CFO and all that, would that come out of his 20%?
Oh yeah, it comes out. Yeah, the private equity would keep the 80, and you'd get the 20, and everybody else splits the 20. That's why KKR guys tell him to give him a half. But it's dilutable, pari passu. Well, that's Latin for everybody's dilutable together, because there's not going to be no non-dilutable stock in this deal. I assure you, everybody's going to get diluted. But he might get lucky with the KKR CEO. He may only have to give up 40. Now, what I would do, which I'll tell him when we get there, I mean, I'd go get the debt in place. So then make it easier for the private equity, so they don't have to put up the debt. Because that's going to be mostly a debt deal. So 60, 70, 80% of that's a debt deal. And the 10, 20%, 30% is equity.
Yeah. Can you quickly explain what does it mean, like the debt in this case?
You're going to buy $100 million, whatever the fuck he's buying. And you can finance, let's say, 70 million of it through debt, commercial debt. I mean, regular banking debt, like you guys understand. You go borrow money at a bank, okay? As long as the debt service is covered by the free cash flow of the business. And then the equity that the commercial lender would want to support them loaning you the debt, the equity would be put in by the equity provider, which is private equity. And so they put in the 20 or 30 million bucks on the 100 million. And
Like a second.
it's not like a second, okay. That's like a second mortgage. Second mortgage is still debt, okay. Equity, yeah, okay. And so But all that's bullshit. Don't worry. Even if they took 90%, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't fucking matter.
Like you're saying, just get the first deal done. Don't-
Correct. Now you're going to hear somebody on Friday who borrowed all of it. But you'll be taking notes like a motherfucker, because. Now I happen to be chairman. I want to full disclosure. The one you're going to hear, I'm chairman of. So you're going to say, "Oh, well, that's the reason. That's the fucking reason." Now I try to give this presentation without me saying that I was chairman. But then I told, don't play it up. Just I don't want to confuse the kids. But then at the last question, no, the penultimate question, the second to the last question was, how's the equity split of your ownership? And they said, and he went through all the directors. And then they said, the chairman is X. And they says, who's the chairman? And he says, he's sitting in the room there in that chair, which is me. And so then, that's why. That's the fucking reason why. David will say, oh, fuck, he sucker punched us. He sucker punched us. He didn't tell us the full disclosure. And but I was chairman. And another guy you're going to listen to, I am chairman also. But we're not going to get in 100%. But on this fucking deal that we're going to listen to 100%. And we do 100% deals. We do, Not because I'm so fucking smart. It depends on the deal, the hotness of the deal. Now, we should be able to get, and the KKR guy didn't come because he didn't think the deal's hot. And I told the little fucker that it was hot. He said, well, how will I know? And I said, you'll see of the quality of people. If you got 5 people fighting to be CEO, it's hot. And he tried to, and he said, well, my dad wanted to know if I had any success. Don't tell him. Just forget about it. So down deep, he loves his dad. Down deep inside, he wants his dad approval. But I said, fuck it. Fuck your dad. He said, okay. So he didn't tell his dad. Because down deep inside, all of you little cunts want your dad's approval. And the real sick ones want your mother's approval. And the sickest want both approval. Okay, go fuck yourself, YouTube.